Hello, Sharks. I'm Jonathan Little for PokerCoaching.com, and I wanted to wish all the fathers out there a happy Father's Day. And to celebrate Father's Day, I'm going to be hanging out with my kids, and I wanted to give all of you a big discount on PokerCoaching.com. Not just the fathers. You don't have to be a father to get the discount. No matter who you are, you can get this big discount that I have on PokerCoaching.com, my training site. Let me show off the site a little bit to you right now. If you want to get good at anything in the whole world, you're probably gonna have to spend more than $50 a month on education, assuming you don't want it to take you forever to get good. You're gonna find that spending a little bit of money, $50 a month, to get access to the best poker players in the world is going to be well worth it. Whenever you are a Poker Coaching Premium member, you get access to everything on the site, and there is a ton on the site. This is not a training course that's 6 hours long. We have, thousands of hours of content on the site. Also, we just launched a brand new course. It is called Let's Play Sundays with Alex Fitzgerald, where he reviews hands from a recent deep run that he made on a Sunday, including lots of quizzes to test your hand reading skills. He discusses heads-up display skills, adjusting to whatever your opponents do wrong, being aware of the tournament dynamic, right? Like, say someone just got caught bluffing. Maybe they're going to be a little bit more inclined to bluff in the future. And this course is not for sale. You can only get it as a Poker Coaching Premium member. So, if you're a Poker Coaching Premium member, you already have access to it. If you're not, sign up for the Father's Day sale at pokercoaching.com/Father's Day to get a big discount. We also have another brand new course by Alex on how to beat the micro stakes. You all told me you want more Alex Fitzgerald content. Here it is. I'm bringing it to you. He has coached more poker players than probably anyone in the world. You would think that would be me, but no. Alex Fitzgerald has actually personally coached tons of poker players. And in this course, he's going to teach you how to win micro stakes tournaments without having to get in there and grind all the time. He's going to show you how to have a big win rate in these games. And again, this is not for sale. It's only part of Poker Coaching Premium. Here's one of my students, Poker Coaching member, Blaz, Scarmaker Zerjao, absolute crusher. He satellited in to this $5,000 buy-in tournament on Party Poker, where I got my start a long time ago. And he ended up winning $1.3 million. Nice run. Sometimes, whenever you get lucky, you think, maybe this was just, luck, right? Everybody can get lucky every once in a while. So, Blaz finished his degree in university. He set up himself for life in terms of investing most of the money, decided to devote a small amount of it to a poker bankroll, went out to Vegas. We studied a lot to get him ready for the World Series of Poker. He did okay, nothing great. But then, shortly after it, he took fourth place in a WPT for $552,000 again. So he is in there doing it. He's also won a big tournament on Winamax for a huge amount of money. As you can see, $2.4 million in lifetime earnings. Definitely the most successful student I've had recently here at PokerCoaching.com. And remember I mentioned those World Series of Poker sessions. If you are a Poker Coaching Premium member, you get access to those where we essentially do have a back and forth conversation where he would send me hands and questions. I would make a video replying. We were on different sides of the world, so our times did not line up. But this is actually a very good method of learning where you send your coach all of your questions. The coach, in turn, records a video answering all those questions. You get it, you watch it, you have follow-up questions, right? Or you want to share additional hand histories, etc., right? So we did this for 13 hours. And shortly after it, he won $552,000. Good job, good work. So, let's hear from Blaz. Let's hear what he has to say.
Hi, I would like to take this moment and say thank you to Jonathan Little, who, as you may or may not know, contacted me in December after my deep run in the Party Poker Millions event and offered me coaching in exchange for me sending him hands, which he'll review and make a product out of. And as we are nearing the end of this process, I would like to share some thoughts. Well, the first thing that really struck me out of the blue was Jonathan's classification of hands into premium made hands, marginal made hands, draws and junk. He also points at this quite nicely in Mastering Small Stakes No Limit Hold'em, and it made me realize I was turning way too many marginal made hands into bluffs.
Blaz
I
likes
was
to bluff.
under bluffing with draws, and then sticking in pots with too many junk hands, too many junk here part of my range. And this idea of thinking in ranges and mixing it with exploitative play, which he really points out quite nicely in his reviews, and really made my decision making a lot better than it was, and it also made me easier to spot mistakes in my game on my own. And when you are spotting mistakes on your own, it's a lot easier to strive to work to improve those mistakes rather than when you're just ignorant that you're even making mistakes. The whole process did make me want to work harder on my game every day, and this is really the one thing I would like to thank Jonathan the most. Is he really made me fall in love with the game so much more than I was ever before, and I'm really looking forward to put this knowledge to use and try to do my best in the WSOP and all other tournaments I'm going to play, and well, do my best.
So all you can do is show up and do your best, and Blaz has done exactly that, continuing to crush the game. He mentioned a skill that he learned from me. Essentially, he was overplaying some strong but non-premium hand. So he would go for just like a little bit too thin a value, or he would decide to, turn middle pair into a bluff randomly. And that usually does not work out too well because you're trying to get people to fold top pair, right? People don't fold the top pair. And when you're going for thin value all the time, especially as the pot gets bigger and bigger, when you get called, you're very often beat. But as Blaz discussed, he learned how to classify the hands between premium made hands, draws, marginal made hands, and junk, as I discussed thoroughly in my tournament masterclass, and that has allowed him to continue playing the high stakes games and crush. Here is my tournament masterclass. It is gigantic, to say the least. It is about 30 hours long, where I teach you how to play every stage of a poker tournament optimally and how to maximize your equity. Again, this is not for sale. It is only available for Poker Coaching Premium members. If you're already a premium member, you have access to it. It's right there in the courses tab. If you're not a member, check it out, pokercoaching.com/Father's Day. Here is the table of contents. It's gigantic. Each one of these topics here is about 10 to 30 minutes long. And after every single one of these, there are quiz questions to be sure that you're actively learning along the way. I want to make sure that you're not just sitting there, hanging out, having a beer on the couch, falling asleep. I want you to be in there and learning. If you actually want to get good at anything, well, you have to study. And I've done my best to make sure that you are in there, engaged, and studying how to play all of these common spots that you are certain to encounter at the poker table. We also discuss these topics. ICM, it's only 3 letters, but this is a gigantic part of the course. This is how we discuss how to play the final table and when there are payout implications, right? We also discuss tournament format adjustments like satellites, re-entry tournaments, 6-handed tournaments, etc. We discuss finances to be sure you don't go broke, because a lot of people think you need way less money than you actually do need to play tournaments, because tournaments have a ton of variance. We also discuss various other topics like mindset, tells, etc. And then, on top of the 30 hours of sort of like lecture content with quizzes directly after, I go through a bunch of hand histories. This is something like 15 or 20 hours of content here that is not included in that 30, where I go through various deep runs I made over the last year since COVID happened. And I was stuck at home, I was playing online, so I fired up the recorder every once in a while, and fortunately, we made some deep runs, including winning a $600 tournament, third in a $1,000 tournament, second in a $1,000 tournament, right? So we were in there, battling it out, and, well, we ran hot. All right, let's see what else we have. We also have, in Poker Coaching Premium, the Cash Game Masterclass. Poker coaching is not just for tournament players. We have a lot of cash game content as well, including my 29-lesson masterclass, where I teach you how to crush the cash games up to 5, 10, no limit hold'em. Again, this is just part of Poker Coaching Premium. We also have over 1,200 interactive quizzes, where essentially I put you in my shoes and ask you what you would do in this spot. And then you have to tell me. You click a button, you commit to an answer, and then you get immediate feedback as to whether or not your answer was good, okay, or terrible. And if you consistently make good plays, according to me and the other poker coaching coaches, you are going to be a winning player. Obviously, there's, again, a lot of variance, but if you make profitable decisions and you play a lot, you put in a lot of volume, you will win in the long run because volume cures variance at the end of the day. And if you make good decisions, you will win. If you make bad decisions, well, you're going to lose. Here's what Blaz thought about these interactive quizzes.
The hand quizzes. Well, I actually made a goal to, go through all hand quizzes.
It's a lot.
In the pokercoaching.com. I'm halfway through them, and they really did improve my game really significantly.
It turns out whenever you have a coach sitting right there with you at the poker table giving you immediate real-time feedback, that's going to go a long way to helping you improve your skills. It's essentially like private coaching. Here is Chris J ONeill on Twitter, another poker coaching student. He's been a student for quite a while at poker coaching, and he lives in Pennsylvania. At least that's where he's playing now. Poker Stars opened up in Pennsylvania, and we talked about it a little bit. He's like, yeah, I'm just going to go and grind the local games. I don't really want to move overseas. And he was a good poker player. I actually met him at a breakfast, something I do for all of my poker coaching members. Whenever I go to play live poker, I'll usually try to schedule a breakfast where I'll buy anybody breakfast who wants to come out. Then we'll go play the poker tournament. We were at Borgata when I met Chris, and he was there. He's like, yeah, I'm going to go play the $1,000 six-handed tournament today. It's kind of big for me. I've never played a $1,000 tournament, but seemed like a good competent poker player. We went, we played. I busted. He, I believe, won the whole thing. Since then, he has been grinding it out. As you see, he's played about 1,200 games on Poker Stars New Jersey. These are all relatively small field tournaments that have between 30 and 300 people. And, well, he won the $1,000 buy-in 6-max scoop high roller. And, well, you can see he's up about $100,000 just grinding it out. To be fair, it's really nothing fancy. He's showing up, playing in games where he has a solid edge. He's playing a lot. Again, volume cures variance. And this is about the most beautiful tournament graph you're ever going to see. Good job, good work. To be fair, back whenever I first started playing poker, I was playing sit-and-goes, which are 9-handed tournaments. And there, if you were a good player, your graph would look, well, very much like this as well. And I was fortunate enough to have a beautiful graph just like this. And it is still possible today. A lot of people think that, oh, poker's difficult or the sites are rigged. And to be fair, poker is tough. The sites are not rigged. But if you do show up, play with an edge, put in a lot of volume, it's very difficult to not win. So far, to make all of the content at Poker Coaching Premium, I have spent over $400,000. It's a lot of money. I do it for all of you because I know that you need, want, and deserve the highest level of poker training imaginable. So we spent a bunch of money hiring a lot of the best players in the world, people who I respect, people who I would hire if I wanted to learn poker. Not just whenever I was a new poker player, but today. I went out and hired some of the players that I want to learn from. So we have content for players of all skill levels, including the #1 online poker player in the world as of March 12th, 2021. I think he's since dropped to number 2 or 3. They jump up and down every once in a while. Anyway, we have Bert Stevens, Draft Ganger, absolute crusher. He streams regularly for the Poker Coaching Premium members where you can get online and ask him in real time, why are you making these plays in these high-stakes tournaments? He guarantees a final table every stream, kind of as a joke, but I think he's final tabled something every single time so far, and he is an absolute crusher. We also have James Romero. James Romero is one of the top 10 live tournament players before COVID happened. Since then, again, the rankings have been all over the place because there hasn't been nearly as much live poker, but he makes incredibly great high-level content. We have Faraz Jaka. He was a WPT Player of the Year. He actually won that trophy. If you are a WPT Player of the Year, I was too somehow. That's lucky. We have Jaffe, world-class exploitative player who has studied GTO as well. And I like Jaffe a lot. He gets in there and battles harder than anyone. I thought Faraz Jaka battled hard, but Jaffe really doesn't. We have Matt Affleck, as you see, lots of coaches. I can go on and on about this. All the coaches are great. We have Matt Affleck, who every week he does a webinar where he asks the students What do you want to learn? And then he goes home, does the homework. Next week comes prepared with a nice presentation where he discusses whatever the students want to learn. Like just recently, he was discussing how to play in multi-way pots with a medium stack, and a lot of people screw that up. A lot of people never lead when they're first to act, when they call in the small blind. But Matt discussed that and showed when you should and when you should not. Sometimes you should, sometimes you should not. And it's good to know that because that's going to go a long way to helping you improve your skills, right? And you, the student, gets to essentially tell him what to teach you. And then he does. Who else do we have? We have Tommy Angelo, the mindset expert. Alex Fitzgerald, we talked about him earlier. We have Brad Wilson, world-class cash game player who's making a lot of high-level cash game content for us. We have Tristan Wade, who has been teaching poker players to succeed for a very long time. Michael Acevedo, he wrote the book, Modern Poker Theory. I actually am part of D&B Poker, and it's my job to curate the content. And the other publishers said, we need to get a GTO book. So I said, I know your guy, Michael Acevedo. We had him write the book. It was amazing. And, now he's a poker coaching coach. He also does joint webinars with Bert Stevens on a regular basis where they go through Bert's wins for millions of dollars. We also have Lexy Gavin, who plays lots of cash games and tournaments as well. Evan Jarvis, Grips, and Ryan O'Donnell. You may not know him, but he is one of the biggest winners in the high-stakes spin and goes. He recently released a giant course on spin and goes, similar to my tournament masterclass, where he explains everything you need to know to crush that very unique form of poker. I learned a ton in the process of just reviewing the content, and he's world-class at playing that exact odd, three-handed, winner-take-all, short-stacked structure, and he can teach you how to do it too. On top of that $400,000 I've already paid, like I said, I am routinely hiring these coaches to create more and more content every single month. Lots of interactive hand quizzes, live webinars, live courses, live classes, right? Whatever you need to get good at poker. I'm doing my best to ensure that you constantly have that and you are upgrading your skills on a daily basis. So, let me ask you a question. Obviously, I'm not going to charge you that 5 figures, $10,000 per month for access to the site, even though I pay that. And I'm not even going to charge you $500 per month. But if I did charge you $500 per month, which is the price of some of the other poker training sites out there on the market, if all I did was help you plug one additional leak or win one additional big pot each session that you would not have otherwise won, what would that be worth? I mean, think about it, right? If you're playing even $50 buy-in tournaments or $100 buy-in tournaments, if you win one additional pot late in the tournament, that's quite valuable. If you're playing 1-2 no limit, you win an extra $200. Say you do that once per week, that's $800 in profit in your pocket, right? What if all I did was let you attend the live weekly coaching webinars with our coaches who have a combined live tournament earnings of over $56 million, and I let you ask them your biggest poker questions every single week? What would that be worth, to have access to the best poker players in the world? And what if all I did was give you a way to put yourself in thousands of poker situations every single day and get instant, immediate feedback from my hand-selected team of world-class coaches so that you have a way of practicing daily, even if you can't go play live, perhaps because of COVID. I realize we're getting out of that, so that is great. Or maybe you're just in America and you don't want to play on an illegal gambling site and you want to get in there and practice and improve your skills with new situations and feedback available for you every single week. What is that worth? Well, if you think that's worth $500, well, now's the perfect time to join because, like I said, during the Father's Day sale, you can save $500 when you join Poker Coaching Premium for a year. Here's what we have lined up for you. You can get 3 months for $198, or if you want to sign up for a longer period of time, you really want to commit to taking your poker skills to the next level, we give bigger and bigger and bigger discounts because, well, I reward your loyalty and I appreciate you. And I want to make sure that you are in this for the long haul and you're actively going to improve your poker skills with me and the rest of my team. And you got to realize, I created Poker Coaching Premium to be what I wanted as a new poker player and also what I want today to take my skills as far as they can possibly go, right? And I want to do that for you too. I want to give you all the tools and training you could ever need to achieve your full poker potential. And if I fail to deliver on that, I do not want or deserve your money. This is not some scam site where You give me money and I immediately disappear, right? We have a great support team that'll answer your any question you send in very, very quickly. And if I don't help you get better at poker, I do not deserve your money because I've failed to do my job, right? So if you're not completely satisfied with Poker Coaching Premium, let my team know within 30 days after you sign up, and we will give you a full 100% refund. Don't really know what else you want from me. I'm spending a ton of money on the site to improve it, to get the best coaches in the world. You can get it for, well, effectively free if you don't like it, right? And I'm doing my best to give you everything you could possibly need to succeed at poker, assuming that is what you want to do. To be fair, this site is not for people who want to, study poker for an hour every month and go play 1 day per month with their friends. This is not a site for people who aren't really committed, is what it amounts to. Poker coaching is for players who really want to succeed. They really want to win at poker. And if that's you, this should be right up your alley. So anyway, check it out. You can get a big discount right now at pokercoaching.com/Father's Day. That's it for today. I appreciate you. Happy Father's Day to everyone out there. Have a great, great week. Good luck in your games. And I'll see you in the site. Yeah, I'm talking to you.